This is Joe Castello's WFO Radio Ignition, covering everything that has wheels, an engine, and a driver.
The reason I race is to get the chicks. You know what I mean?
NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, sports cars, and NHRA Drag Racing.
Hey, guys, just want to let you know, WFO rocks.
WFO Radio is total motorsports.
It's just so cool.
Fasten your seatbelts, fire up the ignition, and drop the hammer.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, here's your host, Joe Castello.
Hey, everybody, WFO Radio back on the air. We are back, and we are getting ready because it is race week in Miami. Formula One coming to town for the very first time. Super excited. The atmosphere is electric. So many events going on around this event, concerts and hangouts and block parties. It's insanity. And we are your headquarters for Formula One Miami. Myself, Giovanni in Miami, and our cast of Patreon co-hosts will be joining us. We're also going to be talking about NHRA Drag Racing. I'm fresh back from zMAX Dragway, the Bellagio of drag strips, and we are going to have ourselves like a big show here this week. If you're listening on Tuesday morning or Wednesday afternoon, or maybe even watching on YouTube at a later date, this might make YouTube. Who knows? We are super excited. I am fired up for Formula One. Just got back from what was a great and exhausting weekend out there at zMAX, the Circle K 4-Wide Nationals NHRA race. NASCAR in Dover just happened today. A little rain postponed. I guess the rain that we thought was coming our way nailed those guys out there in Dover. And Chase Elliott won the race mid-afternoon on Monday. But we do have our Fantasy League results. Troy, who is our Patreon co-host, not going to be here for the Big Money Minute, but he pre-recorded something. So we're going to talk big money bracket racing. We're going to talk Formula One in Miami. We're going to talk NASCAR in Dover. We're going to talk Sue Morris, her first ever race competition run. I've got a video. It was great up there in NHRA Super Street, an event that was won by my good friend from right here in South Florida, Jason Bader. Jason, who I've known for a long time, man, back to the Miami Hollywood Speedway days. Jason and his dad, Martin, were racing. Me and my dad were racing. And Jason got into NHRA drag racing a couple of years back, liking the .90 stuff. He gets it. Like, some people don't get it. He gets it. Dave and Sue get it. He gets it. Like, oh, this is what it is. It's a 3-day-long social engagement party competition that is also one of the most challenging things you're going to do in all of motorsports. Yep. And he got it done in Super Street. Way to go, Jason Bader. Very, very cool. We're going to talk about all of that. The John Force victory, John Force, Steve Johnson. Steve Johnson comes on WFO Radio last week and pours gasoline on the fire of the pro stock motorcycle category, attacks everybody, and goes out there and backs it up and wins. I got to meet some of our Patreons and WFO listeners. There's Eddie, who's got the restaurant, invited us out there. We tested it. It was great. Good times. I'm rocking my Haas F1 gear. Peter sent. Pete, New Zealand. This is the inaugural, right? I think this is the inaugural Haas F1 maiden voyage gear. Prix, Jack and Jones and all that stuff. Rich Energy, which I like that one too. But this is the very first Haas F1 shirt. And I think that's the thing. It's like, what do you wear out there? I want to be WFO Joe. I want to be Ferrari Joe. I want to be Haas F1 Joe. I don't know which Joe it's going to be, but we're going to work that out after the fact. Right now, let's tell you about the people who make it possible for me to go WFO, like Phillips Connect, Phillips-Connect.com. Connected trucks and trailers. If you are in the fleet industry, you got to think about the people at, Walmart and Amazon. What do they do? What are they doing? And how are they keeping track of their vehicles? They've got so many different sensors out there. There it is. Whether it's loaded or not loaded, whether the lights are on, whether the lights are out, just to keeping track of everything out there over the road. The folks at Phillips Connect doing a great job with Justin Ashley. Justin Ashley, the #1 qualifier for the very first time in his career. And we're actually going to connect with Jim Epler in the coming weeks to talk a little bit more about the importance of Phillips Connect. But if you own a trailer or have a trailer company, like, this is an extra added perk you can add on, because people want to know. If a tire is going down, you want to know. Total Seal Piston Rings, the leader in ring seal technology. The Greg Anderson episode is doing very well up there on Hidden Horsepower. Very weird not to have Pro Stock out there. at zMAX, but they'll be back eventually. Total Seal will help you unlock the hidden horsepower in your engine. Over 40% of your engine's friction comes from your piston rings. 40%. Go to TotalSeal.com to find out how to reduce that, to order rings, etc. TotalSeal.com. VP Racing Fuels. VPRacingFuels.com. I spent a little time in the auto parts store a little bit earlier today picking up some fuel additives, and they've got it all. And I got the one on the left, the 7-in-1 for this truck that I picked up recently. Going to make it run a little bit better. And the folks at VP, what's really cool is they've designed a special lubricant for Camry Caruso's Pro Stock machine. And look, she goes out there and qualifies number one. VPRacingFuels.com. Go to the website, sign up, get the newsletter, and we'll be telling you a little bit more. When you go to the auto parts store, get their fuel additives. Great way to support WFO Radio. Really appreciate them getting on board. And then there's FTIperformance.com, FTI Performance Transmissions and Torque Converters. It was interesting that Spencer Massey is out there, goes to the final round. Spencer Massey has been to 3 final rounds in a row. One of them happened to be the Spring Fling Million. FTI Performance Transmission and Torque Converters going to the front wherever you are. And you don't have to be a big money bracket racer or a .90 racer. You can have just a really powerful street car, and they make transmissions and converters that can help you get to the front. Later on in the show, we'll tell you about samtech.edu, Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School, and Rodax Coffee and Grills.com. But right now, let's bring on Giovanni in Miami, my co-host, sidekick. He's rocking his Heat gear. The Heat are playing the Philadelphia 76ers at this moment. Just to, we don't normally timestamp the shows, Gio, but we might as well, right? Because we'll probably be reacting. The Heat are up 47-41 with 4 minutes, 39 seconds left to go in the second period.
All right. Yeah, it's just preposterous of you to schedule a show on NBA Round 2, Game 1.
Well, I kind of figured it was preposterous of them to schedule a game against WFO Ignition. We do the show the same time every Monday.
I know these are special events, man. There are events that are planned, and when there's a concert planned for a day like today, they have to reschedule because the Heat game takes precedent and priority.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to participate. If you want to not participate, maybe the Patreons, maybe Dave and Sue won't be participating. Maybe they'll be watching their TV.
Watching the Sixers take a pounding at the hand of the Heat without Joel Embiid.
Hopefully. Now, why is he not in there? Is he COVID? What's the deal?
Broken orbital bone.
Orbital bone.
The eye socket.
Oh no, that sounds like
he took an elbow to the eye with about 4 minutes to left in that Game 6 victory over Toronto when his team was up by 29 points.
Oh, that's
One
not
can
good.
Question whether or not he should have been in the game at that point, but it is Doc Rivers we're talking about here.
And what does that mean? Doc's not a good coach.
I'm not saying he's not a good coach, but maybe a little overrated.
All right. The attacks, man. The attacks. What are you, Steve Johnson? That's fine. They're the enemy right now. The Philadelphia 76ers are the vicious enemy.
Man, these are just facts of life, man. Like, the guy's got a record. He's got a resume and a history of underperforming. But, he won a championship that 1 year with Boston. And so I guess that makes everything else that happens okay, Like I said, a little overrated in my opinion, but if you're a Doc Rivers fan, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, I guess. I have no opinion on Doc Rivers. I was just more asking. But yes, it will be interesting to see the Heat hopefully pound the Sixers into submission. And we will invite our Patreon co-host on the show. And I'll do that right now. In fact, the link is up. The link is up. Now, earlier today, in the world of NASCAR, Chase Elliott got the win. But from what I gathered, and I was able to put it on, halfway through or so. From what I gathered, it was kind of like a Kyle Busch, Bowman the Showman, leading a lot of the race, came down pit road, caution came out and ruined it for him situation. And Chase Elliott was able to get out there and get the win, with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. finishing second and Ross Chastain finishing third and kind of getting into it a little bit with Truex. But they got rain postponed. Bottom line, Hendrick Motorsports has all 4 of their cars with a win in the first 11 races. And, they said that was the first time that's ever happened. It does seem like kind of an odd stat, like to keep track of it. Within the first 11 races to have 4 cars, you'd have to have 4 cars to even be viable for it. But I think it does show the balance of the team. The balance of the team at Hendrick Motorsports that they have had. All four have had a win, only 11 races in. But Chase is on the board.
5 total, I guess, right? Is that because William Byron has 2?
Yeah.
So 5
Final
out
results.
of 11, that's about 45% right there.
No, that's, well, exactly. And the new car, right? The car that was going to level the playing field. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yes and no. It has, in the sense that we've seen a bunch of first-time winners with
Ross
Cindric and
Chastain
Aston Prock and Ross Chastain. And
it's good that Austin Prock's in there, though. Like if Austin Prock is popping out every once in a while by accident.
Well, I remember seeing him yesterday,
That's good. That's a good thing. Austin Prock was joining me for Nitro School. Austin Prock and Ron Tobler. I had to do my first Nitro School up there on the stage at zMAX Dragway. And I'm not a Nitro expert, but they are. And so we had a good Nitro School, nice little 20-minute Nitro School. I met, one of our new Patreons. He's a brand new Patreon. He came on board and he said, I'm going to join Patreon. I was like, really? Are you? And he did it. A year membership. Yeah, it was really great.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, welcome aboard.
But the interesting part is that it was great that you got to host Nitro School, but the host doesn't need to be the expert. That's what you have these guys on for. You're just there to keep things under control and to tell people when to speak.
That's pretty much it. Yes, exactly. That is exactly it. Now, Alan Reinhart, when he does Nitro School, he is pretty much of an expert and has invested a lot of his time because he is genuinely interested in learning how to tune a nitro car. And Austin Coyle told me once that he thinks that Alan could probably, get a car down the racetrack, right? And if Austin Coyle tells me that, then I believe it. But and Alan's original Nitro School was just Alan, and then the crew chiefs came in and whatever. And just like everything else, it changes and morphs over time. And so now, Joe gets to do one, right? And Jason Galvin did one out in Vegas. And that's exactly how I handled it, Gio. All right, questions for Ron Tobler. Who's got a question for Tobler? What's your question, sir? Yes, the fuel system. How does it work? Yeah, Ron, how does it work? Okay, next question. I'm a professional moderator is what I am. A presenter, a moderator. I will definitely string some words together until the next question arises. Ask Austin Prock. Oh, what? Okay. He just told us what that is like in the car. What does it feel like as the driver when that happens? And we just had a nice little back and forth going on there. It was pretty good. But yes, Nitro School, and that brings us back to Austin Prock, which brings us back to Austin, which brings us back to NASCAR results. A very ignition thing just happened right there. Chase Elliott, the winner. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. second. Ross Chastain third. Let's hear from Chase Elliott, who gets the win. Chase.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's really affected my approach. I mean, I want to do good every week, regardless of what's going on around me. But, just proud of our team for sticking with it. I feel like we've had a lot of pace at different times throughout the year. We just hadn't put an entire race together really until today. I feel like been fast at one point or fast at another, or just not quite putting it all together all in one 3.5, 4 hour time frame, and it was just nice to do that today. So just proud of our team, proud of Alan, and really just our entire group for continuing to bring good attitudes to the racetrack and coming in with the right mindset every week, regardless of what happened the week before. And to me, that says a lot about their character and the kind of group that we have. So, as always, just really proud of them and excited to get a win still fairly early in the season. So that's always a good thing. Good opportunity to build some more wins and some more bonus points before we get to the playoffs and a lot of racing left though, for sure.
A lot of racing left. Absolutely. A lot of racing left. I really don't know what he was referring to right at the very beginning of that cut, changing his approach, maybe the rain or the next day. But bottom line, Chase Elliott, this guy's a champion race car driver, and so goes out there and gets a win. There is a lot of racing left to go this season. I see Bobby Graham down there. Patreon co-hosts are starting to come on board. And if you are listening to the audio only podcast, welcome. We appreciate you guys. Like the audio only guys. People are asking me, like, what should I watch? Should I watch the live stream? What should I do? And the answer is, I think the audio only podcast. I like Giovanni is using his screen as a mirror for his new reading glasses. His new readers. The readers. Oh, so sad, the readers. I got to get some. Here's the rest of the results. Ross Chastain, 3rd. Chris Bell, 4th. Alex Bowman, 5th. Kyle Larson, 6th. Kyle Busch, 7th. Chris Buescher, 8th. Kevin Harvick, 9th. Eric Jones, rounding out the top 10. Followed by Justin Haley, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Briscoe. Martin Truex was going good and then had an issue at the very last lap. Chase Briscoe, 13th. Daniel Suarez, Cole Custer, Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell, Corey LaJoie, Eric Almirola, and Brad Keselowski, the top 20. Denny Hamlin, 21st. William Byron, Austin Dillon, Harrison Burton, Ryan Preece, Ryan Blaney, Ty Dillon, Todd Gilliland, Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, Kurt Busch, Josh Bilicki, AJ Allmendinger, Cody Ware, BJ McLeod, and Austin Cindric. There's your Austin, rounding out the field. The average speed was 104.507 miles per hour. It lasted 3 hours, 49 minutes, and 39 seconds. And there you have it. NASCAR at Dover with the new car. I watched a little bit. Kind of came on after I got off the plane and got home, and it was interesting, but it didn't look that different from traditional Dover to me, honestly. Didn't look that different from what I knew to be Dover in the past. And so there you go. Fantasy League results up on WFOradio.com. And this is kind of interesting because the weekly winner is the Dirty Hippies. Rich York, who came out to the track on Friday night to watch a little Nitro. Rich brought one of his friends from Hendrick Jeep. And he's invested, guys. And Rich York, he basically is saying this. The reason that he has not been in the mix for the past couple of seasons is the lack of practice. And he says practice is back, and so he's back. He goes, before it was just a guess. People were just guessing. He goes, he bases his methodology is based on practice. With no practice, he was like in the weeds. Practice is back. Rich York is back. Simple as that. And you know what? He won the week. 369 points. Easy E009 second. 359. Mr.
I can tell you he's won 3 out of the last 5 weeks.
And so Rich is, and he's taking it serious now. He's taking it serious.
I guess his, he's got his own personal, I guess what would we call that? Data
algorithm.
Collection method?
Like an algorithm.
His
like
own
something
algorithm.
that he does, right? He looks at this and he looks at this, and he's a 4-time champ, and he says that he's in it to win it now because of practice. No practice, he's not in available. But with practice, he can do it. We'll see.
Look, he's showing it. He's making him a run up the leaderboard.
He absolutely is. Mr. Fantasy NASCAR, 3rd, tied with Bad Brad with 347 and Royal Flush Racing. Zamboni John, 338. Clausen Racing, 328, along with Bogan Bill. Millerman to Brian, 322, along with the Bug Barn. Bobby, who is down there. Bobby, you did it, man. You did it. You got out of the cellar.
Yes. I had a guy, though, that ended up very last. But I had 3 in the top 5.
Oh my goodness, you would have been the leader.
Saved me.
Yeah, the one guy, 3 in the top 5. See, the way Bobby looks at it is like a dog that has been beaten because he had 3 in the top 5 that saved him from the one that was last, as opposed to the one that was last that ruined his awesome day. All right, halftime, Sixers up by 1 over the Heat. They came storming back. It's going to be tough. Yeah, I know. It's going to be tough. Now, are you able to watch it all, Gio? Do you have a second screen experience going on there?
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
All right. There it is. The most points, Dirty Hippies, 369. The biggest gainer, Team Gray, up 12. The biggest loser, Cervix Splitter, down 15. The leader, new leader, Craig and Newhall, up 41 over Dirt 99. And Clausen Racing, 56 behind. Dirty Hippies, now 4th. 81 back. And Patrick the Webmaster is like adding a little like green block for some reason that I don't understand.
Okay, that one means that he has the most wins, the green block under the
most top 5s
and
Clausen
top 5s. And then the top 10, you see, has a different person's got the most top 10s.
There it is.
He has also color coordinated the rankings. If you went up, it's green. If you went down, it's red.
How long has this been happening?
Well, I don't know about the green on the right column with the wins top 5, but the green in the ranking in the red and going up and down has been going on for a few weeks at least.
Wow.
That I have seen.
That's great.
I don't recall seeing these other green over here on the right before.
Way to go, Patrick the Webmaster. I think we're evolving our scoring. He's color coding it. Wow.
And again, like I said, I know I hadn't seen the green on the right before, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there.
Okay. And you can see all of this on WFOradio.com, our whole fantasy breakdown, which is really good, the best in the business, and getting better, clearly. Dirty Hippies is 4th, followed by Mr. Fantasy NASCAR and Bad Brad. Ray Andy is 7th. Hockey Dad is 8th. This is the overall scores we're talking about now. Aviator Racing, that's how you get your name on the trophy, is 9th. Jambalaya J, 10th. Team English, 11th. Turn Left, 12th. Bogan Bill. Northwest Nitro Fanatics. Los Chincones in the mix, 15th. Smothered and Covered, Past Champ, 16th. Keen Racing, Barbecue Bob, Elephant Racer, Chicken Pit Special, top 20. Southern Racer X, up 1, 21st. El Jefe, Dragster Jeff, who's down there in the comment section. Zamboni John, Team 12, Olsen's Trailblazers. 00 Dead On. Hockey Kid, Rich and Saugus, Day Racing 21, the top 30. Gio in Miami falls down 1 to 31st.
Hey,
now I'm going to do some randoms, right? Fantasy Clueless, 35th, 40th. Intimidator Lives, number 3, down 11. 45th, that was 40th. 45th, Fat Tire 22, up 10. Team Gray, up 12. Then he gets a green highlight too because he's the highest.
Bold, and the 12 is pretty bold compared to the other green ones. You notice that?
Up the most.
Right.
Patrick put some effort in. I don't think there's a program that does this. So he's like typing and highlighting.
Excel. You know, it's an Excel spreadsheet. You can color code them different colors.
I guess. I don't know too much about Excel.
No, I'm telling you because I've recognized the work. You know, I've seen this in the office before, but, you know, it's a little too organized for my taste. You know, I'm not capable of making spreadsheets that look like that. I mean, I'm capable, but I'm not going through the trouble. I just fill mine in with the particulars.
Excellent. Stubo, up 1, 51st. Cervix Splitter, yellow, down in bold, down 15. There it is, 58th. Gotcha. Bulls Wool, 61st, tied with Dirt Girl. Patrick the Webmaster, up 4, 65th. And I'm just going to find myself. Fleetree, who I saw out in Houston. What's up, Fleetree? Up 5, 70th. WFO Joe, down 5. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
Look who's ahead of you.
Barn has passed you.
Bug Barn has passed me. Oh, my God. I'm going to my team right now, guys. I haven't set a team.
A miracle happened.
A miracle. It's a miracle. It's all right. Now I'm going to start playing. Who was my team? I had Martin Truex. I had Kurt Busch. I had Tyler Reddick, and I had AJ Allmendinger. Was Allmendinger even in the race? Yeah.
Yes.
That's a decent team, man. That's not a bad team. What's up? They just stink on ice. Oh, well. All right. Darlington is next this Sunday, May 8th. But I'll be at Formula One. It is going to be great. And so let's get on that. Scott's down there, and Dragster Jeff is down there. And, you know, I don't know if Sue is going to be back on with us because she was racing out there this past weekend in at zMAX, Carolina. So it was going to be very interesting. She had a 001 red light first round. But to me, that's an excellent job that she did because.
Was that the first round or was that just a time run?
Well, the one that I tweeted was a time run.
Oh, okay.
Her first run down the track, quarter mile.
Oh, okay, right. No, and that was the 006. Green.
That was a 006. That was really good. The second one, she got quicker and went red, and then the 11 red, and then first round came. You only get 2 time runs in this situation. We were racing against the weather, and first round, she rolled a bunch in the box and went 1 thou red. So she was 1 thou away from being perfect, but the wrong thou because it's the one that sends you home. So that is a bummer. Dave got down to, I think he went to the 4th round in Super Gas.
4th round, I believe he lost. Yeah. So
yeah.
From what I understand, they did make it home by Sunday, so she'll probably be on soon to let us know.
Yeah, but it wasn't a terrible weekend for them. It was a good weekend, and Sue got some great experience. So, WFO represented well, I would say, and all the different connections to the WFO universe. Great stuff. Troy is out there. He's got the Big Money Minute. He's not on with us this week. He's got a party that he is going to, but he did put forth the dedication to create the Big Money Minute. So we want to play it because there was a spring fling in Galot. So before we get heavy Formula One, let's hear what Troy has to say with his Big Money Minute. Here it comes.
What is up, WFO? I can't be with y'all tonight, but that does not mean that you have to go without some big money bracket racing. So this is the Big Money Minute. The Carolinas were the place to be this past weekend with NHRA action at zMAX and the East Coast Fling event at Galat Motorsports Park. The action was hot at both tracks, but this is the Big Money Minute, so we're talking about Galat. They kicked things off on Tuesday with time runs and a 32-car shootout for $20K. And in typical Fling fashion, the racers were putting down the packages. 8-car quarterfinal ladder was full of the very people you do not want to see in the other lane. Names like Chris Galitti, Gary Williams, Troy Williams Jr., Kyle Coltrera, and the Rabbit, Kevin Brannon, to name just a few. But when the tire smoke cleared, there were just two left, Troy Williams Jr. and Kevin Brannon. Williams is in, Brannon is in, the tree fires, and Troy Williams Jr. is red. KB cruises his way to $20,000. At this point, Peter just needs to put Kevin's name onto the Fling bank account because half of that money seems to be his. Wednesday morning, 311 entries came to the lanes to do it all over again, but this time for $15,000. Bob Engelman worked his way through the field in his sub 450 dragster and parked it in the final round for his first Fling final round. Only problem for Bob is that Tim Markaglu was waiting for him. Timmy was killing it all day at both ends of the track, and he had absolutely no sympathy for Engelman. Both drivers dialed 444 for a heads-up run to $15,000. Tree comes down, and Markaglu lets go 006, takes 13th thou at the stripe, puts Bob Engelman back on the trailer to secure the bag on $15K Wednesday. But there's still a ton of action. And on Thursday, 369 entries were fighting for $30,000. Now, maybe it's because there's a lot of pairings in round one. Maybe it's just because everybody is pumped. But some of the best racing of the weekend came in the early rounds of each day. It was full of nasty driving, and 8 packs were on special. But we get all the way down to the round of 9. Kevin Brannon, Kevin Glenn in a door cart, Will Roberts, Cameron Manuel, and Bailey Ferraro all poised to make a run for the check. But there can only be 2, and we saw Will Roberts and Kevin Glenn in a dragster door car final. Glenn sets up tight, too tight, and he turns it 006 red. Roberts lets go 006 green, and the dragster carries him to the money in what was the 10th round of racing for the day. So now it's Friday night. The electricity is in the air, and there's $100,000 on the line for Silver State Saturday. Spencer Massey had already taken off to go race at zMAX, but with no pro stock this weekend, Dallas Glenn was in it for the long haul. After 410 entries started the day, 00 Dallas was still doubled at 20 cars, and so was Sean Serra. But only Sean Serra would survive to the end, and waiting for him is local Galat hitter Dink Holmes in a beautiful copper metallic 67 Camaro. Holmes goes in. Serra goes in. Tree fires, and they're both green. Finish line says Dink Holmes for $100,000 runs dead on 5 as Serra screams by 3 thou under to break it out. The best of the best gave it everything they had, but Dink Holmes said, "This is my house," and they kept the money in the Carolinas on the biggest night of the week. So then that left just one more checkup for grabs, and 400 entries were still on site trying to claim it. I've been riding with Donovan Williams all week, and it was looking like Saturday was his night. D-Will was still doubled at 10 cars, but he had his work cut out for him. Top Gun Jeff Verdi, Brandon Lane, and Gary Williams still in the mix. And when they came back around for the round of 5, Donovan Williams was gone. G-Dub, wheeling a door car, round of 5, goes 002 up front and takes 004 out the back to put Michael Spencer out and move on to the semis where he'd have the bye. Brandon Lane drops a 003 tree on Chris Stein, and it was looking like the locals might take home another check. And so what do? If you've got the bye run, you're Gary Williams, and you are wheeling a gorgeous 67 Camaro. You started out with a monster burnout, and then you put it trip, zip, dead zero, perfect, and now you are living in Brandon Lane's head rent-free. Final round. Lane is in. G-Dub is in. Tree fires. G-Dub is 005 green, and he's away. 2 full bulbs later, Brandon lets go, and he's 006 to the red. Gary shuts it down before the 330, coasts across the finish line, and flips a Yui to DTBB back up the other lane and into the winner's circle for $30,000 Saturday. It was another amazing fling event, and this was the last one to be the first one without beloved co-founder Kyle Seipel. You know they'll be thinking about him at every single fling for years to come, and the next one will be back in September. I got to mention one more race, and that's the Working Man's 10 Grand, hosted by my man Jake Hodge and Final Call Promotions at Killcare Raceway in Ohio. This race is normally held in late summer. They had to move it this year, and Jake and the team were literally caught in the middle of multiple races scheduled over the top, with the fling to the east, Luke Bogacki's bottom bulb explosion to the west, and another race to the south. After over 511 entries at the previous version, the fourth annual Working Man's 10 Grand topped out at just around 200, and Mother Nature stopped by as well. With all that said, the best racing of the weekend might have happened at Killcare. This is an event by the racers for the racers, and if you entered into the 2 big weekend races, you got a free pass into the Fuel Tech Free 5K. Friday's Free 5K final round, Joseph Hodges take down Garrett Griffith to park his Hugger Orange 69 Camaro in Victory Lane. Then on Saturday, we had Pro and Super Pole classes, and Taylor Bowling was coming off the bottom like a boss all day long, takes the no-box money, earns his way onto the ladder in Super Pro. He didn't miss a beat, and he took his Nova all the way to the winner's circle off the bottom bulb to hog up all the money on 10K Saturday. Then on Sunday, he almost did the exact same thing, but he runners up to Rich Comore in the bottom bulb class after they both put it dead zero. Comore then took his Nova through the ladder in Super Pro, and he meets up with Cameron Adkins' Camaro in the final round. Comore puts it one above, and Adkins nails it dead zero to cash the final check of the Working Man's 10 Grand, and that is the Big Money Minute.
Oh, my goodness. How about that? Troy doing a great job painting the picture of what happened to the world of big money bracket racing. For those of you watching on YouTube at a later date, you might be like, oh, my gosh, you guys are just sitting there and listening to this guy give a report. And in this case, that's exactly what happened. But it was great. I got to figure out something to put up on the screen. In the meantime, we did have some photos that were totally unrelated to what he was saying. Just figured there should be something up there as opposed to just us watching. But and even then, I ran out of material. We are now joined by Sue Morris. Sue coming on for the Big Money Minute. How great did Troy just do? Oh, my gosh, this guy's got like a job out there waiting for him. Way to go, Troy. Way to go, Troy. I feel like Troy is kind of our creation here. So how great was that, guys? Troy just bringing it.
That was awesome. Way to go, Troy. And I agree, Gio. It needs to be called the Big Money segment by Troy.
Yeah,
he was rocking it. That was just awesome.
A little long, Troy, a little long.
I know,
but it was
he
good.
Painted such a good picture. Come on, did you feel like you were there?
Well, if you like big money bracket racing or you're interested at all in big money bracket racing, then yeah, man. And here's the funny thing that he's ticking off all these names like Bailey Ferraro, son of Mike Ferraro, who beat me for the 1993 Super Pro Track Championship at Moroso Motorsports Park in an epic war that went down to the final round of the final race, and I runnered up, and so I lost the championship. I needed to win the final round of the final race, and I made the final round, and I got beaten by one of his mercenaries friends. But great people, right? Great people. And his son Bailey is a big money bracket racer who does real well, and so I always keep track of those guys. And I saw that in the results that he had done real well, and we were all fixated on 00 Dallas Glenn. I was getting texts from Mike Eames. Mike Eames, who is a friend, he was calling the action out there. And he's like, Dallas Glenn still in. Okay, give me updates. Dallas Glenn, 2 entries down to 10 cars. He got down to 5 cars and got bounced. But I'm sure he got a pretty good check. That was great. And for Gary Williams, trip zip dead zero on a buy run.
Man, that is just exclamation point. Dropping the mic.
Yeah, well, and then the guy went red in the final, right? Is that as I understood? So that makes perfect sense.
Got in his head. Love it.
And he did a U-turn and Cade just drove right back. That is awesome. That is awesome. Oh, there it is. Okay, Bobby's Bug Barn says, "Hey Joe, where's Matt?" Yeah, Bobby is gone. He had to check out for a few minutes. Did he give up? Matt from Australia has been gone for a few weeks, and he has been contacting me. And
he was on holiday at one point too, wasn't he?
Well, he was working.
They call it vacation.
Yeah, I don't know if that's it because he tends to come on even when he's from vacation, unless Mrs. Matt said no more of that. No, Matt from Australia, I think, has been working in a secured location where he is not allowed to do this. You know, that sometimes he's working with race teams and sometimes he's working in maybe military themed situations.
Right.
And so he hasn't been able to, at least 2 weeks ago, he wasn't able to, log onto a live stream internationally from where he was. And so that's what I think is what's going on. But Matt, everybody's asking about you, man. Have you given up on us? Why have you forsaken us, Matt? All right.
Didn't have the clearance.
He didn't have the clearance, Clarence. That's it. He didn't have the clearance. But now we've got Sue Morris on. Sue coming in off her first NHRA national event win. And I have the video of Sue's first run that I would like to share for everyone. And then Sue, we'll comment on it after. Morris heading into the water box, zMAX Dragway. Dave beckons her forward. Heating them up. There it is. There it is. 006. And you get to see Jason.
006. I could hear Crew Chief Dave yelling 006.
Yep.
006. Sue, so give us the data download. How did it go?
Oh man.
We know the result. We already talked about the 001 red, but you've had some time to dwell on this now and think about how amazing you did at your first event.
Yeah, no, it was incredible. It was incredible. We started off the weekend Thursday. Of course, we did the quarter-mile walk, right? Go down, check out the track, walked it, just looked it up and down just to see what I was going to be running into, and get the lay of the land, look at the tree, and then we went down to the finish line or the shutdown area just to check that out, and then that way, again, mentally get yourself prepared, know what you're dealing with. So I will say, when I went and walked on the lane and I'm looking across it and Dave looks at me, he's like, "What do you think?" I said, "This lane is about as wide as Mooresville was, both lanes. So I feel pretty good." So I'm ready for this. It's, it was just, zMAX is just so big. It's so large. So I felt incredibly comfortable. And, it's that first, when you're going out for that first run and you're just not sure what to expect. I mean, this was the first quarter-mile run with this car, this setup in many, many, many years. So it was rolling out there, and Of course, as you can see, I do like doing big burnouts, so I got that part down.
I like it too. It was great.
And rolled out there and tried to ease her in, get her staged up, and got a good look at the light. The other person bumped in first. I got in, got on the gas, ripped the light. That thing took off. I have to tell you, it was like, I looked up, I saw 006 on the board. I was like, yeah, you know. You know,
That's
like,
great.
"Ah."
That's all everybody's going to remember. And I'm like, yeah, too, because I'm going to share this video. Yes. If it was 050, I might not have shared the video.
I know, but 006, it was like, oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're good.
We're telling a story here. WFO Stu is going up there ripping it. Good job.
Ripping the lights. So no, it was great. And I will tell you, after going so many 8th mile runs, that quarter mile run, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm never going to get there. Am I ever going to get there? Come on. You know? So, but we were way fast first run, 10:61. But again, you know, you're guessing at a number because you're not sure what the combination is going to give you.
But
So
Dave got it very close right away. Second
He
time
did.
was what, 1091, right?
1091 with a 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was right there. And I was I was 11 red on that one. And we came back and Dave's like, well, I think you better put 15 in the box. I was like, well, I was thinking 20. He's like, no, I think you should put 15. You'll be fine. I'm like, okay, great. And so we're rolling up there, and before we head out, I'm like, I'm putting 3 more in. I'm like, I still have it in the back of my head. I should put 20 in, but because I'm telling you, every run in that car, by the time I got up into eliminations, I was excited for eliminations, but I was so comfortable in that car, just getting ready to roll out there. And, you know, between Dave and Ronnie, they kept me completely just calm. They were, you know, they were just, you know, fist pumping, go get them, come on, here we go. And of course, Dave, my biggest encourager. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been at the national event. So, but you know, fist pump, get out there and go and bump in again for first round, feeling really good, and try to, you know, ease in, bump, and tree comes on, I rip it, and I'm like, that's really good. And all of a sudden the car launches and I see the red bulb. I'm like, no.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh, you know, so of course I'm like going down the track and I'm like, damn, you know, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait, 2 hands on the wheel. Yes. So, yeah, well, you know,
you're comfortable. You're already comfortable enough to go, damn. Like, that's it. Well, you got it. The car goes straight.
Yeah.
Wow. And what did it run on that run?
It was a 1087 with an 8.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're still getting it dialed in. I mean, the thing, it's on methanol. Running on the throttle stop. So, you know, it's trying to figure out what its sweet spot is. So, the thing picked up that run. Don't quite exactly know why. And of course, Dave's kind of busting on me a little bit. He goes, was your foot all the way in it? I'm like, hey. So,
yeah. Oh my gosh.
you know.
Dave is a ball buster. You know, he is.
Oh, well, that's all right. He felt the pressure. I go out there, 006 first time run. I'm feeling really good about myself. What's he do? He gets in the dragster 005. I'm like, someone doesn't want to get outbeat.
Oh, exactly. All of a sudden, yeah, Dave, you created a monster now. You sure you want to do this? Now you get the calls are coming from inside the house. All right. So Rexer Jeff says next to win lights, big burnouts are the best. And Bobby's Bug Barn is now back. He had some technical issues, but he says he always has issues of some sort. And we got a nice group out there. Meanwhile, the Sixers and the Heat are battling. That's us.
They are. Yes, they are.
That's your team and our team. We are Heat fans here, and you are a Sixers fan, and so is Dave.
And it's a 1-point game right now. Last I checked,
I think 3 now. I think it's 64-61. They just went to commercial break, but it's just been back and forth. But hopefully the Heat can step on the gas right here. But guys, Formula One Miami now this week. Formula One Miami, and this is like what I would call the official kickoff to the week of Formula One Miami. Giovanni has found a really cool video of some of the track. So I'm going to play that so everybody can see exactly what craziness Miami is all about. I thought that was pretty cool. Giovanni sent that one out. This is it. Oh, Bobby's frozen up. No, Bobby's back. This is it. It's race week in Miami. The events that are going on are plentiful. I went to Eventbrite just to look, and there are an endless number of events going on this week, like all over the place. It's like the Super Bowl in Miami. Miami race nights at Fontainebleau, Miami Beach, Friday, 8 p.m., $150. They're all the Elite Pass race, Miami Race Weekend, VIP Gala, Sunday, 8 p.m. Seafair Mega Yacht starts at $1,000. Miami Race Week Riverside Experience at the Wharf by Giovanni in Miami.
Oh.
Saturday, 12 p.m., right? Like midday. I guess it's a watch party. Doesn't say. It's just go to the Wharf. Puma Car Club, Miami. Just over and over again. There's offshore powerboat races going on this weekend. Kind of a bad schedule, or maybe a good schedule. I don't know how they're working it. All of these different things. Fabulous Formula One race weekend at Racket in Harlem Square. Starts at $20. That's more my speed. Special F1 GP Ferrari tasting. Wine by the Bay, $69. McLaren Formula One Speed Shop, Miami Beach, Friday, 10 a.m. Friday, Miami Beach, like featuring fast cars, city views, and live music. Just like a bar. It's a Super Bowl atmosphere. Kamoa F1 race experience and watch party with Fernando Alonso, Wednesday, 12 noon at Wynwood. Simple EV in Wynwood. Fernando Alonso is going to be there. That is cool. Race Fan Fest Miami 2020, Thursday, 12 noon. F1 weekend. Good times ahead. Bottled Blonde Miami. Beluga Wednesday, dinner party. F1 Grand Prix edition at Rasputin. Number one yacht party, Miami, Formula One edition. And then, of course, F1 Miami Race Day watch party at the Timeout Markets. That's just the first page of events on Eventbrite. That is what we're dealing with here in the city of Miami. Giovanni, what is your take so far of Miami F1?
Well, I mean, Miami is definitely ready for F1 everywhere I go.
Thanks, Scott.
I was driving up and down US 1 yesterday on the way to the Marlins Park, and they have the banners promoting the F1 stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they got the banners promoting the race. They got banners promoting stuff going on in Miami Beach, F1 parties, and I keep getting emails about party, and nothing is less than $100 per person. And yeah, all kinds of stuff like that. A lot of exclusivities and VIP this, and come hobnob with Formula One cars. No, it's funny because they say that the cars will be there, and let's say Mercedes personnel, but definitely not drivers or anything like that. I heard
one of my friends, one of my friends at the track. Okay, so that one was promoting Fernando Alonso by name. All right, okay, but one of my friends at the track was like, his daughter goes to the University of Miami, and I guess Red Bull sent a car down there, and he's like, he met Max Verstappen, and I'm like, I don't think so, man, but I didn't say it though, right? I was just like, yeah, that's great. That's great. There's no way.
I got a couple of emails I can run through about stuff going on in Miami Beach, and one for Mercedes, and it says that they're going to have Mercedes cars there and race team personnel is what the quote says.
Race team personnel. People
right,
are
janitor. Yeah, we got the rear tire changer over here.
Joe Castello will be wearing his Haas F1 gear. Like, oh man. You know, that's a good deal. I could just show up someplace and be like, oh, yes, I'm one of the engineers. I'm the, systems engineer for Haas F1. Oh, wow, that's great. Do you think our city understands, Giovanni? Like, do you think they understand what this is? Because I reached out to Zach from the Joe Rose Show just to offer my services. Like, hey, man, if you guys need help with perspective of what this all is, but this is as big as the Super Bowl. And it might be bigger than the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl happens every year somewhere. Formula One races happen all the time, but an inaugural, right? Like a first race in a new city is something super special. And I just don't think that the non-racing initiated in our little community have any kind of clue what it means, like how significant it is.
I would agree with that. It doesn't seem that those kind of people, but I think everywhere else, I keep running into people that now are highly aware that there's a Formula One race coming, and of the whole thing with the Netflix Drive to Survive exposure has made it like, oh, okay, I know exactly what's going on for a lot of people that I've run into all over the place, but not the sports nerds. Those, those guys on the radio. I mean, I don't listen to the local radio a lot anymore. I listen mostly to the podcasts and what I want on demand, because the local radio sucks.
Yeah.
And so, but the little that I've heard, I have not heard them mention F1 at all, and they have not. But you know what? I'll make a point over the next few days to listen in on the way to work and see if they're giving it any attention at all.
Right. Well, and to their own
detriment.
Right. We don't need them.
Like,
that shows that they don't. Right. And that shows and has always demonstrated why that's, I don't want to say it's failing, because there's people earning a living in there and they're keeping it alive, but it's not thriving the way it could, because, maybe, who knows what'll happen this week. Maybe they'll, but I don't know if Formula One is going to put drivers on sports talk radio. Like, the place is sold out. You know what I mean? The event's sold out. The campus passes. Now they're selling this campus passes for $1,000 a pop. You can just kind of go wander around. It's going to be a zoo.
Right. No assigned seat, just general admission, walk around wherever you can, like those corners where you see people standing there.
Yeah, exactly.
For $1,000, huh? Ooh,
well, they were $300 a day when they came out, and I think you could get the whole weekend for $1,000. But now, now they're on the resale market.
That's right.
Now they're on the resale market, and I did get rid of my Saturday tickets for those that were following that trend. A person related to me connected, and they needed tickets, and so the qualifying will be watched from home. And even, in fact, I might go to the Kentucky Derby is also this weekend on Saturday. Right.
That's right. You have a Kentucky Derby party to go to.
Right? You fly to Kentucky and then come back for the race on Sunday?
No, at the stream. I got invited to a Kentucky Derby watch party at the Gulfstream Park. So I, just want to make it a crazy weekend. We'll do Formula One on Friday, go to the stream on Saturday, and then back to Formula One on Sunday. And it'll be a very Miami, South Florida style weekend.
Well, this is a crazy week in Miami. When we get to the SportsCollision, I'll go over exactly what's going on here. But it's, it's a crazy, hectic day from Monday. Every day there's activities going on here.
Every day. So, I want to make this as big as is possible, but I feel like we are, we do that a pretty good job all the time. And I think it's connected to SportsCollision. I found a quiz, but it's not working. So let's skip the quiz.
It's not working. You want to see if I could get it? I think
I'm skipping the quiz. Like, my computer doesn't like the quiz the way they did it. Here's
my computer doesn't like anything tonight.
Yeah, you're hanging tough. Listen to Bobby Graham with a little note. All right, Friday free practice 1 is 2:30 to 3:30. Free practice 2 is 5:30 to 6:30. That's Friday. Saturday, qualifying 4 p.m. So I'll be able to watch qualifying from the stream at the Derby party. That is assuming I go, which I may not. I may blow it off. Then Sunday, the race is at 3:30, okay, which is 8:30 p.m. in the UK, which is kind of interesting. This is like facts and figures from Planet F1. Where does the Miami Grand Prix take place? The Miami International Autodromo is ready to open its doors for the first time, having been constructed as a purpose-built street circuit around Hard Rock Stadium, home of the NFL team Miami Dolphins. Didn't the Dolphins just play in the UK like last year? So there's a little crossover there. Florida's Turnpike Road is a feature of the circuit too. That's what I've been sending you guys the pictures on this on WFO, with the track plunging underneath an overpass on the busy highway in the tricky middle sector of the lap. And a very narrow tunnel like, underneath it. It's kind of interesting. The race will take place over 57 laps, the brand new 19-turn circuit. It's 3.36 miles, with support events set to come in the shape of the W Series season opener and the Porsche Sprint Challenge North America through the course of the Miami Grand Prix weekend. The track is yet to be raced on at all, but several drivers have voiced positive opinions about the circuit based on simulations run they have done in preparation for the race. The circuit has been designed by British-based firm Apex Designs, with the team having run through several iterations of how the circuit could take shape. It comprises a first sector of relatively open left-right sweeps before turning left at turn 8 and on a straight with a slight left kink that takes you to a braking zone of turn 11. And that's where my seats are, on that straight. A possible overtaking opportunity. Circuit designers have emphasized the importance of turn 11 through 16 in maximizing lap time around the track, with a slow chicane at turn 14 and 15 coming uphill before a quick plunge down to 16. What's this elevation stuff they're talking about, Giovanni?
In Miami?
There's no elevation. Get out of here. The elevation up and down, like it's making
a toll on a bridge, maybe.
Well, then maybe, like the ramp, like up and down when you go up and down the highway, those ramps are elevated.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's got to be there's not much elevation here unless you're talking about like the Mount Trashmore.
Right.
And fake elevation as in, highway and bridge overpasses, but that's it. There's Florida is about as flat as it gets,
which leads
actually a little concave,
which leads to a long back straight, which I just do. I still have the photographs up. I think I put them up and then I deleted them all. Sorry, guys, but I tweeted it out, that long back straight that you go under the overpass. And that is going to be very interesting. That will provide the best overtaking opportunity of the lap into turn 17. Watching drivers tackle a new layout is always interesting, and Miami is no exception. Where can I watch the Miami Grand Prix? Hold on one.
Oh, he's sneezing. Look out. It's sorry, we had to take a little break for a sneeze.
I'm back. I don't know if I muted myself or not, but I apologize if I sneezed.
No, you did good, but I was afraid you should have had a Hans device on because
I'm not fully recovered.
We didn't hear anything, man.
I'm not. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters.
But everybody saw it.
I tried. I couldn't do it quick enough. I'm sorry. Hey, sorry. I sneezed. Listen, this whole weekend I was having a tough time of it. I toughed it out. Pay TV broadcaster Sky Sports will show the entire race weekend as a dedicated Sky Sport F1 channel. You can also access a live stream via Now TV. Like, why are they even asking this? Like, doesn't everybody get every Formula One race all the time like we do? Like, right? Like,
on ESPN.
What is this?
No commercials. It's great.
F1's app and hear radio commentary. Planet F1 will carry live timing and event expert commentary of every session. The Miami Grand Prix will show live on TV and on the following outlets: United States, ESPN, Australia, Fox Sports, Canada, RDS, and TSN. All Formula One fans know all this. Mm-hmm. What are the odds for the 22 Miami Grand Prix? Here we go. After improving their pace relative to Ferrari at Imola, Max Verstappen has taken on the pre-race mantle as the favorite, 6-5. Charles Leclerc, 5-4. Sergio Perez, 10-1. Carlos Sainz, 11-1. Lando Norris, 40-1. And those are the ones that they show. What is the weather going to be like? 29 degrees Celsius, Gio, 50% chance of rain. Oh, maybe I'll get to wear my Haas F1 rain jacket finally.
All right.
Rain jacket is going to come in handy, Peter. Finally, the rain jacket. I've worn that thing a couple of times, but not nearly in the perfect atmosphere of a Formula One race less than 5 miles from my house. Directions.
I actually had to wear mine to leave work the other day. It was downpour.
Oh, wow. Parking gates at Miami International Autodrome. See, I go with the gray one. The black one is lighter, though. I admit that. 11:30 a.m. local and 8:30 a.m. on Saturday and on Sunday. Park and shuttle and park and walk passes are available for car parks closer and further away from the circuit, details of which can be found here. Oh, I'm going to open that just to see. But I have a parking pass. You can take the 297 bus route from the Miami International Airport What?
The bus.
Don't
What?
do that.
The bus
Don't
fare?
Don't do that.
Don't
Don't take
do
the bus.
that.
You're gonna take a Uber, a cab, or whatever. Pay a
Don't
car.
take the bus.
Don't take
Don't take
Don't
the bus.
take the bus.
not
Locals
the
are telling
recommended
you,
method to get anywhere in South Florida.
if there's some international tourist that says, let's go and find out what the locals think about it, listen, don't take the bus, guys. Not from Miami International Airport up 27th Avenue to the stadium.
No,
Not-
bad move.
Not a good move. Not a good move. And, you know, it's like, I wish it was a good move, but it's not. I'm a big believer in public transportation, but not that.
Just
Don't
not in
do it.
South Florida. It sucks.
No, it definitely sucks.
I mean, it does.
It's
Unless you
simple
want to
as
go
that.
to downtown, you know, you could drive to the train to the metro rail station so that you could get downtown and you don't have to fight with the parking downtown.
You
But
gotta
other than
Uber
that,
in and out. Uber or cab.
yeah,
It's Miami.
the
Uber or
South
cab.
here.
No trains. No nothing.
Mm-mm.
Uber or cab. That's how you get around in Florida. And you pay and just deal with it. Suck it up.
And
Well, like I said, I have a bunch of friends that work downtown and they drive to the local metro rail station, leave their car there, and then take the bus downtown. I mean, the
Right.
train downtown.
Yeah.
But that's
And
it.
even-
There's really no other purpose of the train unless you're going to go downtown because it doesn't really go anywhere.
And even if that's a pain. Okay, directions, parking gates, leave Joe's house, you make a right and left, go straight and turn into the deal. Oh, Pirelli has chosen the compounds. They're going to use the C2, the C3, and the C4.
Of course. The green, the red, and the yellow.
Yellow.
Yep. Pirelli have opted to take the three compounds from the middle of their range to Miami with the C2 hard, C3 medium, and C4 soft, heading with them to the Miami International Autodrome. And Pirelli F1 head Mario Isola explained why. There's been a huge buzz of excitement around the first Miami Grand Prix, where the track has some similarities to Jeddah. Although there are some parts that are slower and more technical than Saudi Arabia, especially the section from 11 to 16, the rest is a very quick layout running anti-clockwise, which puts an emphasis on the tires on the right side of the car. We're expecting the usual rapid track evolution and a smooth surface with the new asphalt, but the track has been jet washed at high pressure, which means it should offer quite good grip from the beginning. Oh, they like pressure washed it, I guess. Charles Leclerc leading 86-59 over Max Verstappen. Ferrari leading 124-113 over Red Bull. And that's that. Very good. I will call that a good article by Planet F1. Way to go, guys. And there you go.
Hey, you got your directions and everything. You're all set.
Yeah. Go down University Drive.
All right.
Oh, man, I've made this ride, like, I don't know about hundreds of times, but I saw Mark McGwire hit a home run and break the National League home run record back then. I saw the Yankees lose a World Series game to the Marlins. Saw a lot of great things. I saw Sammy Smith get booed after fumbling on the 1 yard line, the Miami Dolphins. I was at that game, Gio. I don't know if I ever told you that. I was at that game. And I was the only one who didn't say, Sammy sucks. Sammy sucks. I was the only one. Do you believe me? But now we're going to see.
Well, I believe you were at the game. I don't believe you weren't saying Sammy sucks.
Sammy sucks.
Yeah. But now to see Formula One, and this is Joe Robbie Stadium. Like, how about Joe Robbie's vision? And this will be a great transition to Sports Collision. You can just pick it up, Gio. Joe Robbie built the stadium on his own dime. And now there's a Formula One race there. Amazing.
I mean, I guess it is amazing. I'm not going to go as far and say that this is what Joe Robbie envisioned when he built the stadium.
Well, a sporting venue. I don't think he could have possibly envisioned that his idea would then lead to a Formula One race being at the
But
same
they
location.
did build for what was in 1987 a state-of-the-art multi-purpose stadium, you know, baseball. They wanted to play baseball, soccer, and obviously Dolphins football.
Yes.
But unfortunately, as you know, the stadiums progressed through the 90s, those multi-purpose state-of-the-art stadiums like that became a thing of the past. And the thing became, you know, one use, like football only, baseball only stadiums that were the seats were right up to the field and made, exclusively for
the
the
ballpark.
sport.
That we experienced baseball there, and it wasn't as good. It wasn't.
Oh no,
like
come on, man!
baseball
That
friendly.
giant, that short one wall was like 800 feet out and the other one was super short.
You know, just before I turn it over to you for Sports Collision, I gotta drop this a little sense of personal pride as I'm thinking about it. You know, like my dad was in the concrete business for 40 years, and you know, we go all around Miami, and he'll point out this place and that place and things that he did. And you know, just today, I took a picture of this ground of the airport parking garage, right? Because one of their last jobs was the airport parking garage at Fort Lauderdale International Airport, and they did that. And he started out doing porches and driveways, and ended up doing the parking garage at Fort Lauderdale International Airport, which is something cool. But one of the places that his company did a considerable amount of work at the, not the most recent update, but the previous one, the one that happened in like 2006, Gio, where they made the middle, the center kind of wide for the new suites and everything. My dad's company did all the concrete work in Joe Robbie Stadium. And so there's a Formula One race on one of my dad's jobs, which is super cool. All right, Sports Collision.
Sports Collision. The word for the week on Sports Collision is playoffs. Playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. As in round 2 of NBA playoffs got underway on Sunday, and NHL playoffs have gotten underway on Monday night with 4 games going early. Two early, you know, the 2 East Coast games early and the 2 West Coast games going on a little late. Those games are going on right now, and I'll give you a quick update. In the third, Carolina is beating Boston 3-1, and Toronto is up 4-0 on the defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning. And a little later on, you're going to get Minnesota and St. Louis, and LA and Edmonton.
Did you get the Panthers score? Or the Panthers playing? Did I miss that?
Well, the Panthers are not playing today. This is part of what I was telling you, this giant sports week in Miami. Monday night, the Heat are now playing right here downtown at the Miami Arena, or whatever they call it now. What is it? The Crypto Arena?
Oh, they're crypto as well, because I think
FTX,
this Grand Prix,
I believe, is what it's called. Sorry, FTX.
Okay, because this Formula One race is
a specific one. Our arena is called the FTX Arena.
Okay.
Just like the race, they are sponsoring the race, and they're sponsoring, I believe, Mercedes for the race also. FTX, they're big on sponsoring and throwing money at any sporting event down here.
Except for drag racing, apparently. Like, come on, drag racers, go get some of that.
There's no drag racing in South Florida, is there?
No, I know, but drag racing should get crypto money somehow. Someone should be able to extract it. Maybe it should be me.
Call them up, give them a sales pitch.
Well, this crypto money is not the same as the sponsor that Haas had for a while, is it?
I hope not.
The rich energy.
Yeah.
No, the crypto money is real. That's is
it real?
Apparently. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a crypto bill, but it's an electronic form of money. So you know how real it is. I'm not one to decide that. But anyway, let's segue back. It's a great week in Miami. The Heat are playing in town on Monday. The Panthers are kickoff. There's not a kickoff. I don't know, whatever you would call it. Ice the puck in game 1 of the puck drops in game 1 of their playoff series on Tuesday. Wednesday night, the Heat are back for game 2. Thursday night, the Panthers game 2. And then Friday through Sunday, we have Formula One in town for the inaugural Grand Prix of Miami. It is a sports lovers paradise week here in Miami. So come on down, get your tickets, and come hang out with us.
Yeah, it's insane. We live in one of the most desirable places on the planet, Giovanni. It's like the whole world is going to be focused on South Florida for a large portion of this weekend here. It's going to be amazing. I hope it doesn't rain.
All week,
it doesn't matter. Like the race can't get rained out. Oh my God.
The race goes on. It's Formula One.
Well, no, the race will not be rained out. People might get wet, but the race is going to go on one way or another. That's the beauty of F1. They're going to race pretty much no matter what. We've seen in Susaka that they race pretty much in a monsoon.
Exactly.
And it's not hurricane season down here yet. So no matter how bad it gets, it'll only last about 20 or 30 minutes.
Yep. That's exactly right. It'll come and it'll go. It'll get super hard. Like that would actually be, it would make it a character thing. Like that I toughed it out in the rain at Formula One. Well, what do we think? You think, I think Ferrari's going to win it, man. I think we're going to be delivered on one of the greatest single sporting moments of our lives. That's what I think.
Oh, can't wait. That would be outstanding. That would be amazing. Unbelievable events.
And the Sixers are giving the getting a beating right now.
Getting
They're
beaten.
down 10
Yeah,
with
I
11
see
minutes
that.
in the fourth. Down 10.
They gave me a glimmer. There was a glimmer there.
Yeah,
you know,
no, listen.
And then now they're pulling away.
Well, it's not over yet. I've just
Look,
stayed
it's
in the-
not. Look,
No,
it's not over yet.
really,
The fourth
it's not
quarter has
over.
just started. To be fair,
That's right. That's right.
they have what is it? Over 10 minutes to go.
Yep.
But on a
They're
game
down
like
10.
today, where the
On the-
Sixers lost their star, you would have,
Yeah.
you kind of expect that they come out strong and they keep it close, but then the heat might just be too much in the end, and at least that's what we're expecting. But
Oh.
Sue, and good news, I
Whoa,
keep
now
reading
it's
that
over.
there is a possibility
Oh,
that Embiid comes back for game 3 or 4. That's what they're hoping. And
Wow.
Joe is
Tyler
laughing.
Hero.
yeah. I just
Yeah,
saw
I
that.
know,
That-
like
that
a
was
30
rough.
footer. 34
Tyler Hero just
three-pointer.
took a nearly half-court prayer three-pointer and it went in.
No, I don't call those shots prayers anymore because those guys they're not just shooting it up. They actually make it. There's a
He
lot
could've
of guys
stepped
in the
up. He
league
could
that
have
take
taken
that
a
shot,
step up, though.
and
He could've
no, you're right. It's halfway between the 3-point line and the half court.
Yeah.
It's and it's which is about 32 feet. But these guys aren't shooting prayers anymore. I genuinely feel like that's not a terrible shot for a lot of these guys. Not
Guess
for
who's
all of them.
signing on, guys? Guess who's signing on? Let's bring him on from all
But
the way
for a lot
down
of
there
these
in
guys-
Australia. The first
Is it-
time we have had
is it
him on the
Matt?
show.
It's Matt.
Where the hell's he been?
Why have
He's
you
back.
forsaken us, Matt? Why have
Matt,
you forsaken us?
We missed you, Matt.
Matt's got. He's on mute. He's on mute. He's muted himself. He forgot how to do the show, guys. Matt.
It's been a while.
Yeah. All right.
G'day, guys.
Good day.
Sorry.
Hey,
got
good
this-
day, Matt.
Good day.
Matt.
Where have I been? I got this email and I clicked on it and then all my devices stopped working. And
Is
I
that
got
true?
20 and I got 20.
It wasn't me, I swear.
I got 25 WFO t-shirts turned up at my front door.
Oh, that is classic.
Please
I love
explain,
it.
Joe.
But at least
Please
you got the
explain.
shirts.
Hey, you did get the shirts.
And they're on Joe's credit card.
All right. You know what's funny that you bring this up? Okay.
Matt
Did I
doesn't
tell-
know.
Did I tell you guys this? No. Gio? Did I tell
you
the
told
public
us that
this?
the shirts
Yep.
really arrived, that somebody
Yeah.
bought one and they
That the
really
shirts
arrived.
arrived. Right. So I hung out with Eddie and he showed me the shirt. Shirt's nice, guys. The shirt's nice. It's a nice shirt. The bootleg shirt is a nice shirt. Like I'm looking at the shirt. I was like, it's Gildan. The artwork is, it's a slightly fuzzy, but it's actually pretty nice. And he's like, do you
Like
want
they
to
should have
take it?
called you to get the original artwork, right?
Right.
Well, I can't do what he did. These bootleggers, like I don't even have access to the artwork. Like, what do you mean? And so it's just hysterical that the bootleggers are sending the shirts. Matt, so that was all a setup, an elaborate joke. Haha. Where have you been?
Just really busy at work. Post-COVID. I know post-COVID seems like a long time ago now, but things are really ramped up again. And my office manager took 2 weeks off vacation on a little island off the northeast coast of Australia with her family, which is the first time she's done that in a long time. And so the guy in the mirror had to step up.
That's fine. No,
Yeah.
that's a legit reason. I thought it was maybe you were in a highly secured location and you couldn't stream from there and like a few weeks ago, but
Oh, that happens sometimes too, but not this time.
well, whatever. We can't miss you if you're never gone. And you were gone and we missed you a little bit. Olsen's Trailblazers is signed on as well. So everybody is signed on. Troy had a birthday and is at a birthday party tonight. He did his big money minute, which was great. Sue raced. Gio just did Sports Collision. And we were just about to get out of here so we could watch the final 5 minutes of the basketball game, and watch Sue's team handily defeated. So why don't you bring us home with a wrap up of the past couple weeks of commentary? Most importantly, Formula One in Miami this week.
Should be big. Haven't heard a lot about it here. I've got issue. Hey, why am I going on my own? Hey, I feel
Okay.
We
I'm
just
not-
got him
hey,
back.
this
Don't
is it.
scare him off again.
This
Trying
is
to scare 'em away.
Ignition. This is Ignition, not WFO.
All right. The group thing. He's, There you go. I brought Troy. I Olson's Troy. I brought Olson on, and he's now you feel very comfortable. There's everybody is around you to support you. Go ahead.
Train of thought's gone now. Totally. Thanks. What were we talking about?
him.
It did. Oh God.
Your commentary on all that has gone on the past couple of weeks, Formula One Miami in particular.
I've got to take issue with you guys.
Oh, see, he's got a beef. I knew it.
F1 related. So I started watching this new show that's just been released in Australia called it's about the Korean War. It's called MASH or something.
Okay, yeah, brand new program. It's new. It's our latest
new program down here. So I'm watching that. I'm in the season 6 for the 35th time, I think. And my wife says, "Let's watch something else." And I said, "Well, my mates in America said we should watch this Drive to Survive." Oh my God. Oh my God. Joe, do you know why you got a message at 1:30 a.m. in the morning from me saying good night? I got to go to bed.
No. Why?
Because I'm up. My wife and I are up watching that stupid bloody thing.
Yeah, you binge watched 17 episodes.
Oh man.
I told you.
Anyway, I had to get that out. Sorry. F1 should. Yeah. I don't know if it got mentioned much about Melbourne, but Vettel getting in trouble on his scooter.
Don't know about it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, apparently he got in trouble riding his scooter in restricted areas and all this after the engine blew up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that. That was something I was going to mention to you because it didn't seem to get much airplay, but apparently he got wrapped over the knuckles for wherever he went. SportsCollision, you probably mentioned it, Gio. Daniel Fahalele, Baltimore Eagles, is it?
Philadelphia Eagles?
No, Baltimore.
Ravens?
Ravens.
Ravens, NFL. Yeah. With something
the punter, right?
No, we're going the big show this time. 6'8", 384 pounds. The biggest player in the NFL will be.
Wow!
Did you know? You didn't know that? See that?
No.
But he got drafted.
Yeah. He got signed up yesterday. Apparently, that made news here in Australia. That's all. When he got there, he weighed 426 pounds, and they've trimmed him up a little, back to 384.
Wow.
That's huge. Yeah, we didn't really get the draft. Didn't really make SportsCollision this week for whatever reason.
No, we haven't. I was going to segue back to say that the draft came around, and it's the time of the year that everybody loves their draft. Nobody says, "Oh yeah, we hated this guy. We got stuck because the guy we wanted already got picked." But it doesn't really matter where you draft the guy. The only thing that matters is that whether the guy is able to be a productive player or not. So let's see what happens. The Dolphins, they took with their first round pick. Let's see with their first 2 picks this year and next year's first pick. They have taken Tyreek Hill, all pro wide receiver from the Kansas City Chiefs.
They had no draft. They got a D- in their draft from what I saw.
The Dolphins only had like 3 picks total, right? The whole weekend. Yeah. They didn't need their first pick was number 102, which is a 3rd round pick. So
I don't know anything about the draft. And I don't care. I like Tyreek. We got to.
But yeah, we don't discuss draft much because the reality is that these guys that are professionals don't really know whether these guys are going to turn out or not. So we just kind of like to wait a little bit and and then say how bad they are a couple of years later.
Right, exactly. Everybody blew it, but I
do see that they picked up. It says here, massive Minnesota lineman becomes 5th heaviest player in NFL history.
Wow.
So yeah, and his name I will attempt to say his name. Let's see. It's Daniel Fahalele, Faaleele.
Pretty close. Fahalele.
So yeah.
Fahalele.
Yeah. 6'6", 334 is what they're saying, right? Is that what it comes out to? Yep. Unbelievable.
6'8", 384, they said, yeah.
384, okay.
Wow.
That's a big boy. And what's he, offensive lineman?
Yes, offensive lineman.
All right. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Tough to move that guy. Well, there you go. Well, good, Matt. We were all missing you. You're back. We thought we lost you as a listener. That would have been a bummer.
Oh,
offensive tackle is what they're saying. Yeah. So yeah, tackle. 6'8", 384. That is unbelievable.
That's a big boy.
He probably runs like the wind too.
Oh yeah, like a
That's
guy
what's
like
scary
that.
about it. That guy is faster than any of us here on this show.
I can't. I'm just dead. No, you know what? They have
That's the
something
part
for
that
that.
scares me, man.
Colt 45, the great equalizer. That's all we can do. And it's not even gonna it's not certain it's gonna work, right? Like like in a situation, me 5'7" Joe against that guy. If I make him mad, I'm dead. I can't run. Be like Andre the Giant in Princess Bride. I have to
just run against the wind, Joe. Run against the wind. He's got more blockage.
Yeah, right. That's like
Kick
that
him in
running zigzags when the alligator's chasing you, right? Sure. How about if that guy's chasing us? I'm not gonna try to outrun him. I just gotta outrun one of you guys.
That's right.
Let him catch you.
Kick him in the knees, Joe. You got to kick him in the knees.
That Matt, that is actually the best advice. Side of the knee. Try to take him down. You try to chop him down with a kick to the side of the knee, and if it doesn't work, then you're in big trouble. That's all.
Like heck.
Yeah, at that point.
If it doesn't work, you should have started running 30 seconds early.
Right.
You know how much ground a guy like that can cover? Like, I'm taking these little steps, and he's like, caught me. Crazy. But whatever. I'm sure he's a very nice person. So, all right, you caught us at time for final thoughts, Matt. So we're gonna let you go last. Olsen Trailblazers, you got anything for everybody out there? You've been a little quiet out there. You just popped on.
Just happy May Day. Sorry to see Sue. I heard that 0-1. I was like, oh.
But we all had someone to root for. So. We all had someone to root for, and everybody was rooting for you, Sue. Isn't that great? Like the whole WFO universe was following your every move.
It was very cool. It was very cool.
You have fans. You have a fan base. That's just it's amazing. A super street racer with a fan base. People that are like they care. Like that's awesome. I think it's great. Way to go, Olsen. You gonna watch Formula One Miami? You gonna be
waiting for it? Yeah.
All right. Watch for me. You'll see me. I'll be the guy in the Ferrari hat. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. There it is.
And I'll be next to him wearing a Ferrari shirt, no hat.
We'll be the two with the Ferrari. No, but what should we do? See, Gio, okay, so we got people here. Let me this. I was thinking we should bring an air horn. I've got one that I fill with air, right? Yeah. But it runs out of air pretty quick. Maybe we should buy those boat horns, at the boat safety place. Do you think they'll let us bring them in? Will they say, oh, no, safe? Like, I've got a big Ferrari flag that we could bring in. We could put it on a pole. We could get really cray with this. Ferrari fans are supposed to be over the top.
That's right.
Just remember to kick that big guy who's sitting in front of you in the knees, Joe.
Yes. No, my seats are way at the top, man.
When he chases you out of there, just make sure you try and kick him in the knees first.
Yes.
No, I reckon that's a great idea, Joe, as long as you don't want to stay for the whole race.
Well, I want to stay for the whole race. What do you mean? I'm going to stay until they kick me out. Like, I'm going to go to the podium after it's over. I'm going to see Charles Leclerc. We're going to be there. We're going to be singing the Italian national anthem. We're going to get right up there with the Ferrari team. It's going to be great. We need a Ferrari victory here. That's what we need.
It's one of those horns that they play at the soccer game. Aren't they long enough? You might can get it past the other guy's ear.
The Vuvuzela? The Vuvuzela? Yeah. I bet you the Vuvuzela gets me punched in the face before the air horn. Put me an air horn any day of the week.
Definitely.
That's an annoying horn.
If I show up with Vuvuzela, I'm getting punched in the face just for having it. Whereas the air horns can be hidden in a bag, and when someone least expects it for the first corner, here they come. Like that would be.
Where is that? Was that when the World Cup was in Brazil or South Africa? Or where the hell was that? That was terrible.
South Africa, the Vuvuzela.
Yeah,
you got to look it up. I don't know where it's from, but it was like a native noise maker.
It's irritating.
Very.
Yeah. What
about a flare, Joe?
I think that will get me in trouble. I think we're getting
I'm not suggesting you do.
Flare gun in the air would.
It might get you tackled.
Just the boat ones you crack.
I was right. 2010 South Africa for the record.
Yes. No thanks. But the air horn, good old fashioned Italiano style.
And look, for the record, it was 2010 South Africa World Cup.
Okay. Excellent.
That's the one that they were driving us nuts with.
And like, am I in Ferrari gear? Am I wearing my WFO gear? Like, I don't know what to do, man. I got to take a lot of pictures. I got to do a lot of social media. Should I be Ferrari fan or should I be WFO Joe?
I think you're going to be it all. I'm waiting for the major
costume changes.
That's right. I'm going to want to get updates. Gio, you better be taking lots of pictures. I want to see Joe each time he does a costume change.
Costume change.
You know what's happened.
Hat change.
So he's going to be like Mariah Carey on stage. He's going to bring a little bag with the Haas shirt, the Ferrari shirt, the WFO gear.
Yeah, send me your Ferrari shirt. We'll get the WFO sticker put on it.
Be the only person there bringing my own clothes in there instead of buying clothes and taking them out. What do you mean? Yeah, these are the clothes I got to change. Get a picture of me with Charles Leclerc behind me in the WFO. Practice one. Comes around for another lap, another shirt. I'll have posts for the next 10 years.
That's how we're doing.
This is a big WFO. And think of the stuff we're going to be recording for the Patreons during the free practices, right? Like a little commentary for the Patreons during free practices. It'll be great.
By the way,
all right.
I just want to point out that I sent you an insider exclusive video taken from a golf cart parading around the Formula One grounds at Joe Robbie Stadium, Miami Autodromo International, whatever the hell they call it.
Yes.
And you just glossed it over as, we're going to play a little video that Gio found. You know?
I don't know.
Like,
I think
where do you think I found
reading
that video? Like online or,
I don't know. I think we should have set it up.
I got spy reports from inside
Let's
the
play it.
actual place. Somebody
play it
driving
again.
around. Marina turn. And you're just like, oh yeah, look, guys, Gio found some video somewhere.
You sent the video. You didn't.
You don't acknowledge the exclusivity of what you are showing.
I did acknowledge the exclusivity. What do you mean?
I don't think I was properly credited.
I credited you too. I say go back and
Not
listen.
enough.
I said
Nope.
Gio supplied the video. You didn't tell me that it was a insider exclusive that you got from an insider.
Where do you think this stuff comes from?
You grabbed it from I don't know. That's what communication is
about. You have no
about.
idea the ends that I go through to bring you exclusive material that
idea.
no one else has.
You should have said that.
Well, you weren't in the talkative mode that day. You
There's
were
an excuse.
And I don't like to call people when they're at work because you never know how they might react when they're busy under the
we're going to be watching the film again in just a second.
I think so. Just remember, if he plays it again, look for the cinnamon Christmas tree air freshener that's dangling off the front of the golf cart that's open.
What? You can see the votes. You can see, and there it is. Little trees on the mirror so the cart don't smell. That doesn't work. That doesn't work outside. Sue Morris with a good eye there. The things that people notice.
Like it's an open air golf cart and there's an air freshener.
I didn't notice it the first time.
Little trees. Everybody loves little trees.
Little trees, right?
Right.
All right, final thoughts.
The new car smell.
Bobby Graham, words of wisdom. Formula One week in Miami. What do you got? How are you going to take in this race? How are you going to? What does it mean to you? Give us the whole thing and your own words of wisdom.
I'm going to have to depend on Twitter and y'all's input because that's the only way I'm going to be able to see the race or keep up with it.
Okay. All right. Did you have any other wisdom for us on this given day?
No, not this week. I'm still waiting on some wisdom to hit me.
Excellent. No, we appreciate that. We're gonna
kick me in the knee or something.
We're gonna try to do a good job with this, guys. The social media. We're gonna try to do a good job, assuming we have self-service, which I think we will. I think we will have self-service there, and so be ready for Some good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Bobby Graham. Excellent work there, Bobby Graham and Olsen's Trailblazer.
Y'all have a good week. WFO, guys.
WFO, says Bobby.
See you,
I'm just
Bobby.
gonna leave. I used to kick people out. I'm just gonna leave them on and mute them. You know, I feel bad kicking them out. Then I'll kick you all out at the same time. All right, Matt. Sue's gonna go last since she raced. Give us a final thought from down under.
Well, I watched the live timing of Sue and nearly dropped my computer. So I was watching from down under as well, Sue. Well, not watching, but watching the timing. So well done anyway. First national event. So that's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Down here this weekend, we've got a round of the Top Fuel Championship in Sydney with all the other major categories. So that should be pretty good. 2-day event, Friday, Saturday. I won't be attending to spectate or do anything else, of course. But my youngest daughter's 18th birthday on Saturday. So
That's a big one. That's a big one. Happy birthday.
So Matt goes back to his martial arts bouncing days of 30 years ago on Saturday night instead. When you have 40 plus invited 17 or 18-year-olds turn up.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Because the legal drinking age down here is 18.
Oh, so this is like
boy.
a
So when you're
21st
17,
birthday. Yeah. I get it.
yeah.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. So when you're 17, it's very, very, very tempting. Yeah. So that's my what's coming up for me. Words of wisdom. Had a few weeks to think about this. Be authentic, not accepted.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Where's this coming from? That's
Wow.
good.
Yeah, I've had a lot of time to think lately, Joe. And I think we're all too busy, maybe on social or wherever else, to be accepted by everybody, rather than just be authentic to the people that really care.
That is wonderful. I like that. Is this commentary about me? Do you think I'm not being authentic enough? I don't know how much more authentic I could be, Matt.
No, I just don't feel.
We need him to be less authentic. He's too authentic.
No, I feel you're not really accepting me, Joe. Actually, that's where it comes from.
Oh no, you're totally accepting. No, the true Matt is coming out now. It's like,
oh yeah,
this guy's a
Yeah,
problem. He's a lunatic. We're just now get to know.
And watching that Drive to Survive and Daniel Ricciardo, I'm just going, oh my God, we're all the same down here. We're all crazy.
Did you start on season 4 or did you start at the beginning?
We're up to season 3. We started from the beginning.
Wow. See, I couldn't do that. I went to season 4. No wonder your brain is warped. I couldn't have done that. I still can't.
I had to.
If I watch an episode, if I put on the first 4 minutes of an episode, I can't sleep now. Now I'm like, I'm stuck. So it's very difficult to watch these episodes.
And it's not the stuff that you can watch that helps you fall asleep. Like it's, you get into it and you're entertained and you're like on.
It turns you on.
Up on the
it switches you on.
Yeah. No, but my OCD won't let me start at season 4. I had to start at season 1. So.
I got you. Well, that's what took me so long. That's what took me so long, fighting the OCD.
Well, you know what? For people that don't know Formula One and haven't been following the sport, that's the best way to do it. That way you can understand the timeline of what's been going on the last few years, actually. And it'll bring you right up to date, in theory.
Yep. It'll bring you right up to date. Yeah, no, it's the best thing that ever. And even if they have taken some creative license with it and exaggerated some things, like, it's still generally correct.
Look, Jerry West is mad at Magic Time. He doesn't like the way he's being portrayed, Winning Time.
And those are actors, right? Like, these are not actors. Well, this is a documentary.
It's not
These
a
guys
documentary. It's not a documentary, is what HBO has argued. Right. For those of you that don't know, a couple of weeks ago we did mention Winning Time here, which is the HBO.
Yes. So everybody, we're gonna. I haven't even seen it. I heard about that scene though, and I've got to see that scene. The shut up signal.
That's my gosh. That's the Pat Riley. Be quiet when I give you the fist.
And I believe
But
that.
nonetheless, Winning Time, it's on HBO and HBO Max. It's a story of the 1980s Showtime Lakers and Magic Johnson and that whole era. And Jerry West comes out, over the first few episodes, portrayed as a little bit of a crazy person and, some anger management troubles. And so he's not happy about the portrayal, which kind of tells me that it must be a little bit close to being somewhat accurate if he's that bothered by it.
Wow. I just got an email, guys. This just in. Get race ready. Formula One, Crypto.com, Miami Grand Prix. Get race ready. Race week is officially here. By following this pre-race checklist, you will also find additional details about the Autodrome, the Fountain View Grandstand, View Guide, manage your tickets. Oh, my goodness. This is so intense. Intense.
Just check it out before you click on the link early now.
Yeah. You want to know the DJ lineup for Friday? 12 noon, DJ Drew.
Oh, it's not Jason Logan?
No. DJ
Jermaine. Sorry. He doesn't make the cut. Sue.
DJ Extreme. Saturday, 9:45 a.m. DJ Laz Giovanni.
Yeah, there you go.
Got rid of my
Florida's own DJ Laz.
Yeah, right. The pimp with the limp.
Pimp with the limp.
That's real, guys. With the limp, DJ Laz.
Stuff up?
No, DJ Laz is Pitbull's uncle. And we used to work with him. I worked with DJ Laz on many little things. He was on the FM side of the radio station that I worked at, 560 QAM. And he's the pimp.
Wasn't he your neighbor? Is he the one that used to live down the street from your house?
No, it was Slam and Felix Sama.
Oh, Felix.
Slam and Felix Sama. Yeah.
No, the South Florida radio scene was really big in the 80s and 90s where guys were very popular and made big money, but that all went to the way of the typewriter with radio consolidation.
DJ Laz has got many big hits, like 3 big hits that you will know. What's that one about Mami El Negro?
Well, he didn't make the song.
But he made a mix. He did a sample of that. That was very popular. That was on the radio like all the time. The Heat won, by the way, Sue. You guys lost, okay?
Yeah, I know. I watched. Thanks.
All right,
thanks.
Thanks
for making it right.
Sorry, Sue.
Just confirming.
Just confirming for the audience out there.
Appreciate that.
Heat won. The Sixers lost. Game 1. Tyler Hero is the hero. But DJ Laz will be DJing, and he is related to Pitbull. Then Gianluca Vacci, BLXST, Cedric Gervais, Post Malone.
When is that? When is Post Malone? I know someone who's interested in that.
Saturday. Those tickets are gone.
No,
Saturday.
can't do that.
Sunday, Tiesto, Maluma, and then the post-race podium celebration will be the Chainsmokers. I don't know any of those people.
What about the ashtrays? Are they coming along too?
Right. Campus culinary experiences. The Miami International Autodrome will feature some of the most iconic South Florida culinary concepts, including, ready, Gio? You'll know some of these, or maybe you won't. Sea Spice, Strawberry Moon, Michael's Genuine, Casa Tua, Swan, ZZ's Club, and Poppy Steak, and more.
I've heard of Poppy Steak is the only one I've heard of. I know they're on South Beach.
All right. Check out the Verizon 5G multi-view. Experience the race in up to 7 different angles from the Autodrome. We do not have Verizon, so we're kind of getting shut out on this one. F1 Fantasy. Play now. Anyway.
What?
Yep. Play now on let me click. Open a new tab. F1 Fantasy.
Clicking the link. Look out.
F1 Fantasy.
Ooh, here I go again.
Formula One's official. I accept all. The official Formula One fantasy game. Play now. Register. Create up to 3 teams. It's official though. It's Formula One's website. So
Sure.
yeah. Oh no, more shirts are showing up. More shirts. All right, guys. Sue, final thought.
Well, the first thing I do have to give a shout out to Cam Prix. What about that, Cam? Runner up in Top Fuel this weekend at the 4 Wides.
Way to bring it back to things that matter, Sue. Good job.
I know Mike Salinas won, but I'll tell you what, I was so stoked to see that he run it up. I think that's awesome.
Can I tell a story now that you brought this up? This is so great. Can I tell a quick story?
Yeah, go.
Steve Torrence down there, Steve Torrence watching the final. He's just hanging out. And the first thing he said was, Cam, run it up. And he was super excited, like genuine excited. Remember, they had that moment. Everybody hates Steve now because of that moment. And this is what happened. And I captured the moment.
That's awesome.
Steve went over and gave him a big hug, like a genuine, big, awesome, so happy for him kind of hug. Continue.
Yeah, very, very stoked for Cam. I thought that's great. I really hope he can get out on the trail more. Hopefully he can get some more sponsors behind him, and him and that Peyton team. They did good. They did really well this weekend. So yep. I hope they keep it going. So, but final thoughts. The other thing is Eli Toma won another championship, 450 AMA motocross. It was pretty cool. Done it in his home state in Denver. So, which was pretty cool in front of the home crowd. And so it was a wild world of Autosports Dover. Yeah, stunk up the joint. Kurt Busch just done me in this week.
Oh. Yeah, we did the fantasy results at the start. The Dirty Hippies, who was out at the track, by the way. Rich York was out at the track.
I missed him.
Yeah, he was there on
probably Sunday.
Friday.
Oh,
He was there on Friday night. He came for you guys were already done for the day when he rolled out and walked through. He won the week. So he's won 3 times this season so far. So
what, he strolled over there after work? Is that what it is?
That's exactly where it is. Right after work, he came over, and that's when qualifying. Yeah, he lived right across the street. And that's it. All right, Sue, great job. Is that it? Did you get your final thought in?
Very cool. All good. Have fun. Everybody soak in the Miami F1. I can't wait to hear from the reports. And I hope we are all singing the Italian national anthem on Sunday. That would be awesome.
Yeah, well, we are. And maybe there'll be some additional programming. Who knows? All right, Patreon co-hosts, thank you so much. Excellent work. Great job on the racetrack, Sue. You and Dave, you guys did great. Super proud.
You.
Super proud of you.
WFO, everyone. Enjoy the races.
WFO. All right, there goes Sue and Bobby and Matt from Australia. Way to go, Matt. Stay in touch, man. No more of this 3 weeks in a row disappearing. It's unacceptable behavior. And Olson, thank you very much. All right, Giovanni, final thought.
Final thought. Excited for this coming week here in South Florida. Like I just mentioned, it's a playoff frenzy between basketball, NHL, and Formula One coming to town on Friday. We expect to be there over the weekend and do as much schmoozing and taking pictures and sneaking into wherever we can. And so I think that made me decide that I'm going to wear some sort of Ferrari or Haas gear, nothing that's labeled WFO, so that when I get caught wherever I shouldn't be, I could just be play the dumb fan and be like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was supposed to be here.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
The fight for forgiveness and not ask for permission plan is in full effect. That is what I am planning. I will let you know. I may or may not be able to attend one of these Heat playoff games on Wednesday. I am on standby.
That's awesome.
And so that will be all. I will see you over the weekend, and we will be reporting from the Miami Autodrome International.
Miami Autodrome International or International.
Segueing. That's it. Forza Ferrari.
Forza Ferrari, Gio. There he goes, Giovanni in Miami. And that leaves me. And I just want to say, hey, everybody, WFO, thank you to everybody who said what's up to me out there. Like this gentleman who is a Patreon, and he takes his Patreon pin and he put it inside his wallet by his fire department badge. And it's that close to his heart. And he's like, I love the show, man. And I was like, I was moved. Unbelievable. It has moved me to send out the rest of the Patreon pins that I haven't sent out to everybody. It's really, I've been moved to actually go to the post office because this guy likes it. I was like, oh, you really like it? He goes, what do you mean? It's the coolest thing. It's like, okay, I guess I got to send the rest of them out. So do the Patreons. And we got some new Patreons out there. Actually, one signed up today. Thank you very much. Want to remind everybody, VP Racing Fuel additives, the great way to support WFO. I went and bought one today. This is a shot from inside my local auto zone. It was great. We're going to have John Force maybe on Wednesday. They told me Wednesday, but do they know that that's John Force's birthday? Is John Force going to join us on his birthday for a big John Force birthday party? I don't know if that's really going to happen. Maybe. Alan Reinhart tomorrow around 3 p.m., not the normal time. Of course, you can join Patreon, patreon.com/WFO Radio if you want to become part of the behind the scenes. That is WFO Radio, Matt's company, Torque Calibration Services. Matt, good for you. Marvin Rodak, RodaksCoffeeandGrills.com, 817-924-6821. Call Marvin for coffee, hot sauce, spice rub, everything good. Love Marvin Rodak. He is awesome. Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School, the Dragster Adventure. Go drive a dragster. You will love it. Samtech.edu, the School of Automotive Machinists and Technology. Start your education at full speed. Plus our great friends at Phillips Connect, Total Seal, VP Racing Fuels, and FTI Performance Transmissions. We are super excited. Look at all these comments in the comments section. Everybody is ready for Formula One Miami, and I am too. We'll see you at the races. We'll see you with Reinhart tomorrow. WFO.